Now, I'm not here to go over the history of the Reebok pump, but I am going to talk about these that I have right now. These, again, are the Omni 2. Now, they did come out with several different Reebok pumps, and apparently they're still going today, and that's exactly where I was able to find these, was today. Now, I started to go down nostalgia lane because I am a child of the 1990s. I'm nearly 40 years old, so I spent a majority of my childhood in the 90s, and I remember that these were in direct competitions with the Air Jordans in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember, I think it was the 1991, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, the 1991 dunk competition where the player who was sponsored by Reebok would pump up every single time he would do a dunk. And I remember the no-sided dunk that he did. It was just one of those things where it made Reebok so popular in school for style. Now, when you buy these Reebok pumps, you don't buy these because you think they're going to make you better on the court. You buy them because of the nostalgia that I'm talking about right now.
The key is easy. It's the landings that kill your feet. That's why I fly with the pump from Reebok. When I pump up, my size 13s get support, protection, and a custom fit. So, Michael, my man, if you want to fly first class, pump up and air out.
Now, these things have an air bladder in the tongue. I'm going to leave a link to a video down below with someone who has way more subscribers and way more viewers than I do, where he literally cuts in half the shoe, dissects it, and shows you exactly what's in it. Is this the best shoe on the market? No, of course it's not. You're buying it for nostalgia, but it's also not the worst shoe on the market. Now, this does have full leather all the way around, and it does have some pros and cons to it. From what I've seen so far, from me wearing it is extremely comfortable, and it is a stylish kind of cue. A lot of people have commented on my shoes. Now, I could wear a pair of Air Jordans and people would notice them, but they wouldn't notice them as much as these Reebok pumps. Now, it's funny because I have talked to a few people in their late 30s, early 40s, and when I show them this shoe, they close their eyes and immediately remember their childhood, and that's exactly what this shoe is meant for. Now, I was looking at an original Omni 2 from 1991, and it was like $500. And then as I started to go down memory lane, started to look at different websites, I realized that these were re-released in like now, right? 2022, 2023. And then I picked them up at Foot Locker. I was really surprised. Now, these are normally $160 for Reeboks, which seems expensive, but in the shoe world, it's really not that expensive. I actually found these on sale for $99. That's the only reason I got them. A price of my childhood nostalgia that is still great styling is, to me, priceless. These shoes are extremely comfortable. The padding on the insole and around the ankle is really, really thick. These things I've only worn around the house because I didn't want to get the soles dirty yet. I'm heading to Las Vegas next week, and I wanted these to be my travel shoe, so I didn't really want to break them in too much, but I have worn them around the house, and these things are so padded on the ankle that I've never had anything more comfortable. I've had a pair of Reebok kicks, high tops, a pair of Air Forces, a pair of Air Jordans 1s, and I can tell you that these are probably the most comfortable shoes I've had to date. Now, does the Reebok pump actually conform to your foot? Now, that was a whole point of the pump, is every foot is different. You can say generally feet are the same size, but are they really? They're not. I could have a size 10 foot that may be a quarter inch wider than yours, which means that a slimmer base of the shoe could fit more uncomfortable for my foot than your foot. Maybe my foot is taller from the arch to the top of my foot. Well, that's where something like the Reebok pump would help. Is the pump is really an air bladder that forms in the tongue. And you can see right here in the tongue comes right around the foot itself also. So when you pump up the Reebok pump, what you're doing is you're filling that air bladder, right, from the top of the foot along the side of the foot that gives you a more comfortable and cushioned fit, a more secure fit. Now, if you watch the video down below where the guy dissects the shoe, again, he tells you right away that this shoe is not the highest quality shoe in the world. In fact, one of the things that really disappointed me was this hexalite, right? You see on the bottom, there's this little thing right here. This is hexalite, but when he dissects his shoe, it's like a 2 by 2 inch little pad that really doesn't mean anything. It is just a gimmick. Now, like a lot of shoes, is the pump a gimmick? I don't think so, because you can really feel it does. Once you tie your shoe and you do pump up the tongue, it does give a little more support. Is it a gimmick? Well, maybe. Is the hexalite a gimmick? Yes, that is a gimmick. But when it comes to childhood nostalgia, can you beat the pump? I don't think you can, honestly. Now, if you like videos like this, there's not going to be a whole lot of shoe videos on this channel, but I do like style, like I do love my watches. So hit that subscribe button, leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see. This is mostly watch stuff with a lot of dive videos sprinkled in between, with these random reviews also sprinkled in between. So hit that notification bell because I have a lot of videos coming out in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one.